And this is Isaiah 43 and verse 5. Fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the east and gather thee from the west. Kal halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Kwakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, where I learned this truth from. Peace and salutations to the brothers on down, teaching, preaching, pushing this gospel. Good news to four corners of the earth, waking up the hopeful elect of Israel. Greetings also to the few sisters that tune into these video epistles. I've called this lesson, Fear Not, for I am with thee. And may include this dream in the title. Actually, we'll just go straight to this, because this has been on my mind. It's like a half a dream. And I just want to get straight to it, because during the dream, we know many of our brothers are going to be selected for this, but let's have this dream. Wrote this down here. I was one of 8 brothers selected for beheading. And they'd done a practice run, that's the authorities. And they used bread for the practice. And these ultra sharp blades just sliced through the bread like as if there was butter. The way it was organized, you had 2 guillotines side by side, and all of us brothers, we showed no fear. I just remember that we spent our time boosting up each other. And then something happened after the first 2, because it came down together simultaneously and chopped off 2 heads. So the first 2 of the 8 of us brothers were beheaded. And then something happened that prevented any more. I don't know what it was, whether some kind of malfunction or some kind of spiritual power. I would just be speculating. But then I just woke up. And it just caused me to be reflecting on the reality of what is getting ready to happen. We've got to be getting really, really close to the conclusion of this mad scheme, this man, the Edomite, the white man, the devil in the scriptures. We're under the subjection of this man and his rulership. And it's just one thing after the other. And he's getting ready to come down with great, great wrath. We read that in Revelation 12 and 12. But let's just get a few scriptures. I want this to be really short. So let's just get a few scriptures here. I think we're going to go back to Isaiah 43. Let's start at verse 4. Since thou wast precious in my sight, thou hast been honorable, and I have loved thee. Therefore will I give men for thee and people for thy life. Fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the east and gather thee from the west. I will say to the north, give up unto the south. Keep not back. Bring my sons from far and my daughters from the ends of the earth, even every one that is called by my name. For I have created him for my glory. I love all these possessive pronouns. When you read them, you get real blessed assurance. I have formed him. Yea, I have made him. See, you belong to me. Our power, his name is Yahweh. His only begotten son is Yahweh Shai. We're not going to stop saying it. And we are the true people of Israel. We are his children. We belong to him. You heard it in the text there. They're calling us Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, but it doesn't matter what names you want to put on us. All of your conspiracy and the confederacy against the true children of Israel is come to naught, because the hopeful elect have been woken up. We've been activated. That's who we are. And we don't care about all the bywords. You fill your history books with your madness, and it's just got those who are rejected of the Lord. And the hopeful elect, well, they're not going to give in. So that brings me, actually I was going to get just that one verse in Revelation 20, verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his under the skin technology. That's the charagma upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Yahushua 1,000 years. So we see it in the scriptures as to what's getting ready to happen. I think I was going to go to. I want you to read part of this story here with these courageous sons and their mother. We won't read all of it in Second Maccabees, but just to get a point here. Second Maccabees 7, and let's just go from 7. So when the first was dead after this manner, they bought the second to make him a mocking stock. And when they had pulled off the skin, I was reading a different, what do you call it? Another one, a different version is the word I'm looking for. And it gives graphic detail of this torture. You really would have to be outside of yourself to understand what's going on here. So when the first was dead after this manner, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock. And when they had pulled off the skin off his head with his hair, they asked him, can you imagine, there must have been blood gushing all over the place. They scalped him, removed the skin with his hair off of his head. I mean, wilt thou eat? So see this focus here on swine's flesh. We'll say something more about this in a moment. But wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body? But he answered, remember, you got to put yourself here, blood all over the place. He answered in his own language and said, no. Wherefore he also received the next torment in order as the former did. And when he was at the last gasp, he said, thou like a fury takest us out of this present life, but the King of the world shall raise us up, who have died for his laws unto everlasting life. After him was the third made a mocking stock, and when he was required, he put out his tongue. He volunteered his tongue, and that right soon, holding forth his hands manfully. He said, you can do what you like. And said courageously, these I had from heaven, and for his laws I despise them, and from him I hope to receive them again, insomuch that the king and they that were with him marveled at the young man's courage, for that he nothing regarded the pains. So you see, the Most High removed the pain that this man, this youngster, he couldn't feel him. And it was the same with the other 7 sons and their mother. They could not feel the pain, the torture of being scalped and having your arms, your tongue chopped out. Why? This is focusing on this King Antiochus, who's an Edomite, a so-called white man, that devil in the scriptures trying to force them to eat swine's flesh. But there's a bigger picture here. We want them to bend, and that's what we're seeing happening right now. As they say in the news, happening now, happening now. We want to force you to bend to our way. Who's the we? It's the Edomite, the white man. They're the ones who've been given temporary charge of the earth, whether you can see it or not. It's in the scriptures. And they want to create this new world, this one order, one religion, one power, one this, one that. It's happened before, and they're trying to do it again. Actually, let's get some more on that. Let's go. 1 Kings 19 and 18. Yet have I left me 7,000 in Israel, all the knees which have not bowed unto Baal. Baal just means Lord, but this is reflection of the idol worship. And they want you to leave off your laws, statutes, and commandments, which was given to you by our power. We belong to him, the God of Israel, whose name is Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, and every mouth which have not kissed him. That's to say, bent the knee, succumbed, given into his madness, his philosophies, his religion, his music, his the Hollywood foolishness, the sports, the entertainment, everything. We've turned our back on it and woken up to our true power. And this is repeated by Paul, who, of course, an expert in the law. Romans 11. Let's go from 1 to 5. I say then, hath the Most High cast away his people? The Most High forbid, for I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. The Most High had not cast away his people, which he foreknew. What ye not that the scripture saith of Elijah, how he maketh intercession to the Most High against Israel, saying, Lord, they have killed thy prophets and digged down thy altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men. This 7 is a complete number, you see. And what? Who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. And that's what's being pushed. You must leave off your laws, statutes, and commandments. This is what they want. And this man is saying, I am your God. He's painted over all the images. He's lied, changed up all the history books, and he's put himself as our power. He's the Son, he's the Father, he's the prophets, he's everything. All the children, everything. Or if you got images in your book, he's got his face up there, which is the height of blasphemy. And he wants to ram it down your throat. It reminds me of that scene in the Roots movie where this slave master was trying to beat this new name into one of the Hebrew Israelites. And every time he thrashed him with the whip, he reminded him, oh, the master has given you a name. You must say the name that the master has given you and stop holding on to your own name. And so he kept thrashing him until he beat his name out of him, and he had to accept this name. And it's the same thing that we're given now. The slave master is giving us a new image, a new name, a new doctrine. And it's going to come right down to the wire. Either accept it or this torture and death. You're going to be put to death unless you accept this new name, this new image, and this new doctrine. They've got themselves in our book promoting all types of foolishness. Verse 4 here of chapter 11. This is Romans 11. Let's read it again. But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Even so then at this present time also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. And as we hear, we have to read verse 7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election had obtained it, and the rest were blinded. They can't see what this truth is about because they've bended the knee to Baal, idol worship, lies, and deceit. They can't see past the image. Isaiah 41, let's just finish up with this. 41 from 8 to 10. But thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend. Thou, whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away. Fear not, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. So you've been listening to Fear Not, for I am with thee. Shalom until the next one.